Well, welcome back to the Berean Post and our studies our studies rather in the Gospel of Mark. My name's Dwayne. This is my journey, not sanding down the edges, not recycling cliches, just wrestling with the text as the first readers would have heard it, raw, unsettling, and life-changing. Today, we're stepping into Mark 1:40 to 45, where a leper kneels before Jesus, and everything we thought we knew about holiness kind of gets flipped side down. So let's just jump right into the text. I read from the New King James, but feel free to follow along in your favorite translation. It says this: Now a leper came to him, imploring him, kneeling down to him and saying to him, "If you're willing, you can make me clean." And Jesus, moved with compassion, stretched out his hand and touched him and said to him, "I'm willing, be cleansed." And as soon as he had spoken, immediately, remember we always say Mark loves this word, immediately the leprosy left him and he was cleansed. And he strictly warned him and sent him away at once and said to him, "See that you say nothing to anyone, but go your way, show yourself to the priests and offer for your cleansing those things which Mark had commanded as a testimony to them." However, he went out and began to proclaim it freely and to start to spread the matter, so that Jesus could no longer openly enter the city, but was outside in desert places. And they came to him from every direction. So you gotta put yourself there. Now, when I study the Gospels, I don't want to skim the surface. I want to step into the sandals of the first hearers. So let's do that now together. Imagine this leopard. The crowd scatters before him. Mothers pull their children close. Men spit in the dust as he passes. His clothes hang in tatters, his hair wild, his voice hoarse from shouting the same word over and over again. Unclean, unclean. You see, in Leviticus 13, it spelled it out. Torn clothes, uncovered head, banished to live outside the camp. His condition wasn't a season, it was a life sentence. He wasn't just sick, he was a curse walking on two edges. So Israel knew the stories. Miriam, Uzziah. Leprosy wasn't random, it was a judgment. So when this man pushes through the invisible wall of disgust and kneels before Jesus, every eye is watching. Surely the rabbi is going to step back, but he doesn't. Now, notice the leper's words. He doesn't say, "If you're willing, you can heal me." He says, "If you're willing, you can make me clean." Why? Because that's priestly language. The law said only priests could declare someone clean. Even kings confessed their limits. "Am I God to kill and make alive?" cried Israel's king when Naaman demanded healing. To cleanse was God's work. Yet here this man kneels with full confidence that Jesus can do what no priest and no king could do. Here's the shock. When Jesus touches him, the law was clear. Anyone who touches a leper becomes unclean. But in this moment, the flow is reversed. Normally, uncleanliness spreads. Here, cleanliness spreads. Jesus doesn't become defiled. The leper becomes whole. The law could diagnose, banish, pronounce, but it could never heal. Jesus' love does what the law could never do, and then he upholds the law by sending the man to the priest for recognition. Now watch this great exchange that takes place. At the end of the story, you notice what happens. The leopard, banished, that was once banished, now walks freely among the people. He's back in community. Jesus, who was in community, once free, can no longer enter the city openly. The outcast trades places with the clean man. That's a substitution you can see. The leopard goes home. Jesus goes to desert places. He takes our place so we can take his. Isaiah saw it coming. He was wounded for our transgressions. The Lord laid on him the iniquity of us all. Paul said it plainly. He made him who knew no sin to be sin for us, that we might become the righteousness of God. So let's bring this all home, because this just isn't his story. This just isn't the story of the leopard. It's our story as well. We might not shout unclean in the streets, but shame isolates us just the same. Sin marks us, convinces us we're untouchable, and then Jesus does the unthinkable. He reaches out his hand. He's not repelled by our uncleanliness. He's moved with compassion. He touches the untouchable. The leopard walked back into the city restored, and Jesus walked out into the wilderness carrying his curse. That's not just his exchange. That's my exchange. It's your exchange. And the question the man asked is the same question that we must ask. If you're willing, can you make me clean? And the answer still echoes, I'm willing. And with that, my friends, we've reached the end of Mark chapter 1. And if you've been with me through every step, from the wilderness to the synagogue, from the crowded house to the solitary place, and now to the leopard who found cleansing, thank you very much. I do appreciate that, and I don't take it lightly. We've seen Jesus introduced not with polish or polishers, but with power. Authority that silences demons, authority that restores families, authority that chooses prayer over applause, authority that touches the untouchable. So here's my ask. Don't stop here. Mark's gospel doesn't slow down, and chapter 2 is going to push us even harder. Walls will be torn open, old wineskins will burst, religious expectations will crack under the weight of a new kingdom breaking in. So stick with me, join with me, please, in chapter 2, but open the text for yourself and read along, read it fresh, and don't just hear my voice, hear his. And thanks again for walking through this chapter 1 with me. Now let's step together into chapter 2.